Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradleys Fun. This is the Daily Dish, and my name is Ron E. Bradley. I am your host, and I hope that wherever you are out there in the world today, you are having a phenomenal day. And YouTube, I hate you sometimes. Like, why does YouTube? I've noticed this. I apologize, but yeah. So right when my show starts, so YouTube knows this, right? Like the people at YouTube know that when you're doing a live show, you need to build an audience because that's just the way the algorithm works. And YouTube knows this because they created the algorithm, right? So you're doing a live show, and part of doing the live show is the intro and everything, and you have to have time to build an audience and people come in and blah blah blah, and that all takes time, and it usually takes like that's why I've set up the way I have with the 5-minute intro, and then there's about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of the show intro, right? So there's like the 5-minute timer is for people to come in, and then there's a show intro. And for some reason, YouTube, and there's no way that I can change this. I've literally tried changing the settings on this, and nothing works. YouTube always puts an ad right there, right when my show is beginning. And I'm like, stop it, YouTube. And when you're a small creator like I am, you don't have any human person to communicate with. And that is honestly, it's one of the biggest frustrations of doing YouTube. You have to have over 100,000 subs to have any access to talking to anybody at YouTube. And really, you have to be a creator with over 1 million subs to actually have any input whatsoever. So, yeah, it's super frustrating because there's no way for me to set uh, the ads so that, like, I wish I could say, hey, in May 12th there's something coming that might be different. I might be able to set it then, and because there's supposed to be this major shift coming on the 12th of May, so maybe I can set it then and say, hey, let's not do an ad till at least 12 minutes into the show, 13, 14, 15 minutes in the show, whatever, because that's where, like, I don't want an ad at 7 minutes in. That's exactly when I begin my show. So it's a little bit frustrating for me. So I apologize for my little rant right here at the beginning, but it's annoying for me because I have my devices over here that I monitor the show with. Speaking of which, monitoring, let me check and make sure my volume is okay. Yeah, seems all right. Okay. So yes, indeed. Well, the thing about 1 million subscribers, Lothran, is you there's still extremely small percentage of creators that have over 1 million followers, and a lot of them are famous already, like they're pre-YouTube famous. So but yeah, you get guys like Mr. Beast and stuff like that. They actually have access, and they can kind of tell YouTube how to run things and how things go. But anyhow, look at all your beautiful faces showing up. We got some new faces out there. I'm really, really happy about some things that have happened this morning already, because there's been a time change. By the way, if you're watching this on the replay, and I haven't said it yet, as of the recording of this, today is the 10th day of March, 2025. Year is flipping by. It's flying by. Anybody else notice that the year is just like flying by? The time changed over the weekend. Oh my gosh. And so basically right now it is 8:43 Eastern time. Even though it's 9:43 Eastern time, it feels like 8:43. It takes the body about a month to adjust to a time change for most people. Your brain, the circadian rhythm and all that kind of stuff, it's just like that, having a time change the way it does, it messes all that up, and there's no reason for it anymore. I don't really care which one we stick with. I got hair. We're just got hair in my mouth. I don't really care which one we stick with, I don't care if we go with late or early, but we need to stick with one. We need to pick a time slot and stick with it. Brain. What is a brain? I know Snortapoop is what I know. But I definitely want to say hi to all of you coming in today, because you give me the energy to wake up early. It's like an hour early today. I didn't really wake up an hour early. I woke up at the time that I was supposed to, which was really an hour late now. So, but you guys, as you know, you're the energon to my transformer. You guys are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed in the morning to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Energy. Who's got your energy ready to go, right? This is my strange cup. My strange mug. You know what gave me some super energy, and I'm going to address this before I normally I don't address these kind of things prior to saying hi to everybody, and I'm going to say hi to everybody, but we've had some love shown to us this morning early. Jillian H became a YouTube member, and I haven't even seen you in the chat before, so welcome, Jillian H. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Fun Fam. Welcome to membership in the channel. Welcome into checking in on me daily for my workouts, because I do this thing with shorts suggested by Go and Shogi, that in order to stay accountable for my working out, I post afterwards a short, but it's members only. And I almost apologize because I'm always sweaty and disgusting in that. And then I just finished working out, but it helps me stay accountable, especially since I still have a lot of weight that I have to lose. I'm still getting into the working out part, still haven't figured out the diet part yet, but it will happen. It takes time. Okay. But not only generosity there, but also Jillian H gifted 5 follow the Bradley's Fun memberships. Gifties. So congratulations to Matthew Kent, Collectomania, Juliet, Matthew Lee, and Karen Owen. So thank you for those gifties. And as you know, when I have this kind of support in the chat, we do a celebration, and a celebration might look something like this. So thank you so much, Jillian H. And let's say hi to everybody that has come in the chat. Jillian, if you want to chat more and let us know like whereabouts you're located, where you're from, I always love to get to know my audience as best as I can. Starting with through the door, first off this morning was Snortapoopus Q Burr, who says, hello, humans and other critters. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Hello, Snortapoopus Q Burr. That service dog is in the house. Good morning, beautiful people. Ruff. And Snortapoopus Q Burr says hello to that service dog. Pam Empson, hi Ron, and chat, hello Pam. And then of course there's Jillian chiming in with becoming a new member and gifting those memberships. Then Equus Hart comes through the door and says hello everyone, good morning everyone. And then we've got Jillian saying, greetings, lovely folks, and a marvelous Monday to all. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Let's have a fantastic week getting things started off right. Lotharian Prime says, good morning. It feels like it's 8:30. You are not wrong. And we've got a few back and forth between Jillian and then Sorpoos, and then Native Hawaiian says aloha and good morning, y'all, from Texas and Hawaii. Go and Shogi is here. What is up? Go and Shogi. Go and Shogi. Go and Shogi. Go and Shogi, should I show them how the hat looks on you? I think you're in my photos somewhere with the hat. I'm kind of curious to know if I can find it. Could take a while. I know I saw it the other day. I'm like, oh, it's in there. I might have to show that off if I find it later. And everyone's saying hi to each other. Equus Heart, sipping my coffee, trying to wake up. Aren't we all, though, really? Everyone's saying hi to each other. Jeremy Heath is here, and he's got the Energon cubes, the Energon. And that service dog says, and this is so true, agreed on ditching the time change. We would adapt to the new settings for sunrise, sunset much easier than the jolt that the time change does to the human body. It takes weeks for it to recover. Twice a year it takes weeks to recover. And the reason for doing it had to do with farmers and the harvest and all that kind of stuff. So we don't really need it anymore. Energy, thud clank. You are so right. Jillian H says, you're welcome. Best wishes for your workouts. One day at a time adds up to months and years of progress. That is, I'm trying. I'm old and I'm fat. And I'm 53 for those that don't know, because I look at my picture on the screen and I don't know if I don't really have, I'm very fortunate. Okay. I'm very fortunate. I don't have a lot of wrinkles. My skin has been okay for the most part. I'm balding pretty badly in the back. I've got a big old bald spot back here that you can see, but that's been happening for the last 15 years. Even though I have long hair, it's funny. And I haven't tried to do anything about that because it's like, you know what? This is natural. Why change that? You know, I'm like, hair is one of the least important things. I'm a dude and I've been bald before, and bald is beautiful, baby. So, yeah. Good morning. Alyssa 1225 is here. Though I haven't updated it on this video, I will say I've updated the memberships on my outro on my newest vlog video, which I wanted to premiere as part of this show. It's 4K. It's already up on YouTube, but I have to go through it and put the description and the tags and all of those things into it, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to debut that premiere later today. It is our family outing to the Flower and Garden Festival. Took all day long editing it yesterday. I really wanted to have it up yesterday, honestly, and it took. So with 4K vlogs, here's what you have to understand: a couple weird things. One, I do it all on my phone. This is a fantastic phone, by the way. This is Galaxy S23. Eventually, I'll upgrade to the 25 or 26, whatever, when I upgrade. But I stick with Samsung's because it does phenomenal work. It does phenomenal things for editing and all this stuff. And it's weird because I can edit everything in there and it comes out the way I want it to. So that's first and foremost. But the problem is, it also means that I'm limited with my space. So this one, when I upgrade my phone, I'm going to try to get what is the thing after gigabyte? I forget what it is. Anyway, 1,000 gigabytes, whatever that is. Okay. I have 250 gigabytes in there available, and so eventually I always have to take stuff off in order to put a new vlog up. But near Annapolis, Maryland, not quite north, not quite south, but that's not too far from DC, right? I need to go to DC. I want to take my kid to DC, especially with the White House is doing tours again. That would be very, very cool to see the White House. Bloodfile says, good morning, people. Go and Shogi. Sure, go ahead. Yeah, I will try to show it, but I got to find it first. And we've got, speaking of working out, time for me to hop on the trampoline and start running. That's right. Start running while I'll give you something to run with. You work in DC. Do you work for Shield? Are you an agent of Shield? Yeah, DC. I I want to see it during the spring, during cherry blossom season, but I'm a little bit concerned because my understanding is during the cherry blossom season is also when fights break out between the Red Hulk and American Falcon. So, it's funny because the Falcon has such an identity that I really like Anthony Mackie as a Falcon, but there's just no way to see him as anything but the Falcon. Even when his Falcon costume is decked out in the red, white, and blue and the stars and stripes and stuff, it just doesn't feel like Captain America at all. He they should have either called him American Eagle or I don't know. But he's not Captain America. It's just Captain America is Steve Rogers. Period. All right, that's one guy. Falcon is Anthony Mackie. Period. And the new Falcon looks more like Robin. I don't know. It's just weird. Not that quite of an exciting job. That's okay. Take the family, take the metro to Baltimore and visit Fort McHenry. Oh, okay. Good morning, Baltimore. Anybody a fan of Hairspray the musical? So, what time would you guys like me to premiere? By the way, I should tell you that this stream will stream right into Culture Casino. He's already got his thing up. But what I want to know from you guys is what would be a good time for the rest of us to gather back on the channel, maybe later this afternoon or whatever, for the premiere of and it's almost a half. I think it's 25-minute long video, about a half an hour really with the premiere. What would be a good time for me to premiere my Flower and Garden Festival vlog? What would be good for you? Let me know in the chat. I'll see if I can get a consensus and see if I can put it out around that time because the rest of my Monday is generally open. Tuesday, super busy day. Monday, generally speaking, fairly open. So if you have a suggestion, leave it in the chat. But I do want to start getting to stories here. Now we do have a goal. I want to mention the goal. Unfortunately, the goal is outside of memberships, and I appreciate memberships and all of that. And I believe me, I want them very much. But we do the celebration that I just did for any type of support on the channel. You're in physical therapy until 9. Is that 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.? Going Shogi, your time. We do the celebration, okay, and that is any type of support we get. So that's whether it's PayPal, buy me a coffee, whether it's the spread shop, whether you're buying merchandise like this. If I see any of those pop up, and I'll get a notification for that during the show, we'll do the celebration for that. Or any of the YouTube stuff, super stickers, super chats, super thanks, new members. Somebody becomes a member like Jillian H did, or drops the gifted memberships like Jillian H did, any of that kind of stuff. Or even a member milestone chat. We love to celebrate those, and I love to celebrate you. So, of course, we have those celebrations that, we have different ones on the channel. One of them, like the one that would lead into Culture Casino, might look like this. Pop Culture Bear. Anyway, so we'll be streaming right into Culture Casino right after this today, 9 a.m. your time, 8 to 9. So that would be like, say, anytime afternoon. What if I debuted it at noon today? Would that work for everybody? That would be noon Eastern time. Maybe I probably would do it at 12:15, so it's not interfering with the start of anything else. But how about 12:15 today. Would that work? Let me know in the chat if that kind of works for you. It's a longer vlog. I just want it's the hardest part about vlogs is they're so work intensive to put together. The people that do it every day, I think they have somebody else that edits for them, but I edit everything myself, so it takes a little bit longer to get those things up. It looks like he's wearing the raccoon suit. That's funny. Yeah. Yes. Love this. Before it was Alexander, even before it became the name, and it's got that you don't look a day over 1,000. Look at culture, casino, culturally appropriating you and your brother. Oh, that's funny. Let me put this on the screen because I want to let you know about our merchandise shop. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Let's agree to the cookie settings. And I want to let you know that we have a sale right now. It's I don't know why it's going spring break. I think 15% off everything right now. So whether it is the Make Disney Walt Again hat, which I would love to see more of around, Make Disney Walt Again mugs and T-shirts. You've got the Fedora Finds merchandise here, and then you also have the Follow the Bradley's Fun family logo avatar T-shirt. Follow the Bradley's Fun. So, and of course, you get to choose your own colors with these things. So, if anybody buys anything during the show, let me know in the chat, and we will celebrate that because we love to have such a good time here. About the goal, again, YouTube separates out the goal. So it's really weird. It doesn't even work for super stickers, which it ought to. And hopefully YouTube will fix that. But when it comes to supers, the goal is for specifically super chats, anything 99 cents and over. So I love to celebrate that. And we want to get our goal in today of 5 if it's possible. And I understand. Do not donate anything if you cannot afford to. I will always tell you that. If you can afford to, great, thanks. I appreciate it. But definitely don't put yourself in debt. Don't do that. Please. I am not worth that. Just if you want to donate and you have it, great. And if not, that's fine too. Just want to let you know that it is out there and available. So yes, there is the link to the merchandise shop. And I want to start getting to stories. It's 10 o'clock. And our first couple of stories are the fun ones. Before we get to the Disney Downer, the daily Disney Downer, should I call it like Debbie Downer? Disney Downer. Wah, wah. That's what it feels like now, Disney Downer. Man. Daily Disney Downer. I think I'm going to call it that. Somebody write that down so I don't forget. Go and Shogi, I'll leave it to you. Daily Disney Downer. But first and foremost, we are going to start with some fun and new things. Oh, look at this. Juliet chimes in. You are very welcome, Juliet. Rickshaw, the Disney Downs. I know the Disney Downs. We'll save that for the end of the show. For now, we have some fun stuff about Harry Potter. Yeah, we do. There's 2 Harry Potter stories today. 2. Ba-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Can you imagine that whole thing? Whole Harry Potter theme is just, sung. Ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da-bum, bum. Oh, ba-da-ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da-bum. This is Out of That Park Place by Raven Redgrave on the 8th of March. Butterbeer season calls Harry Potter fans to celebrate with new products and events. Yay! Butterbeer. Warner Brothers and Universal Studios have launched its 2nd annual Butterbeer season a Harry Potter celebration themed after the iconic wizarding drink. Here's the breakdown of what fans can expect this year. Anyone fancy a butterbeer? From the start of March till the end of May, Butterbeer season brings new products and events to Harry Potter fans worldwide. Feels like I drank some butterbeer myself this morning. And a mug of butterbeer at Universal Studios Orlando. Let's look at that picture for a moment, shall we? This first photo is sorry, let me start that over. The first is a photo competition of what Warner Brothers calls Butterbeer Cheers, i.e., photos with or of butterbeer products. The winner of this contest will receive 2 studio tour tickets for a visit during butterbeer season, where they'll be able to enjoy new butterbeer treats and the fan favorite wizarding drink. This particular tour is exclusive to the United Kingdom region. So for people like my friends, Pamela Empson, who might be out there, you might be interested in this. Anything from the Chole. And speaking of treats, multiple popular snack brands are releasing new butterbeer themed and flavored products, including Keebler, Hershey, Goldfish, and Skinny Pop popcorn. In China, there will also be new treats from Pocky, and Japan is getting a frozen butterbeer espresso. Jelly Belly, which already has a variety of Harry Potter sweets, is also introducing a new butterbeer candy, butterbeer fudge at Universal Orlando Resort. According to WDW News today, one thing that's returning from last year is the butterbeer cart with barrels of butterbeer stacked on top of the cart that lift up to reveal the gummies inside. Other returning foods include butterbeer caramels, hard packed ice cream, soft serve ice cream, fudge, and potted cream. WDWNT also reported that a new butterbeer cream puff treat will also be debuting this year at both parks, and Universal Orlando will also get a new butterbeer candy bar. Shut up and take my money. For collectors, model train company Lionel has announced a new set of butterbeer cable cars. There are also a bunch of new mugs and drinking glasses, one of which comes with a 48-page guidebook on butterbeer. A bunch of new accessories have also been launched. Merchandise shops worldwide are offering exciting butterbeer-themed freebies for an undisclosed amount of spending. In other words, those who purchase a certain amount of goods will get one free butterbeer item during the butterbeer season. Wow, very cool. As for the parks, all of this and more can be found in both Universal Orlando Resort and Universal Studios Hollywood. Additionally, the butterbeer truck from last year is returning. The vehicle will traverse the United States to deliver the comforting beverage wherever it's parked. If fans spot the truck, they will receive a free butterbeer and get to partake in surprise giveaways. Photos with the truck are apparently encouraged as part of the celebration. The locations where it will appear, are to be announced on the Harry Potter Instagram. I'll drink to that. In short, it seems that Warner Brothers and Universal Studios are pulling out all the stops to continuously please the fans. Now all they have to do is, make the actual drink kosher so those who can't partake in butterbeer can finally taste the real thing. Because while Flying Cauldron butterscotch beer isn't terrible, it's not true butterbeer. Are you butterbeer fans? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. I think butterbeer is super, super duper sweet. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but I can't. It's not something I can do regularly, even in the parks when I'm going, because it's over the top sweet. I'm telling you, man. Continuously please the fans. Sure. I think they're trying to please the fans a little bit more than other companies that we know of. Rick Shaw says, cream puff, I'll be the judge of that. Skip the gummies, they're gross. Okay, that's good to know. Skinny pop popcorn butterbeer is delicious. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, I haven't tried any of this stuff. I found a recipe for butterbeer. Interesting. Just looking at these comments, these are interesting. All right, so Go and Shogi says the butterbeer goldfish crackers are incredible. Okay, well, we're gonna have to give those. We're gonna have to give those a shot for sure. I'm trying to see if I can bring up somewhere in here, way earlier than all my shots from Flower and Garden the other night. I wonder if there's a way that I can do. I'm thinking in my head of writing an article for that parkplace.com. I haven't really done any articles yet, but I'm thinking that I could end up being that parkplace.com's go-to stuff for exactly what is happening in the parks from my own perspective, from the things that I've actually seen in the parks myself. Marvin gets there sometimes. Lorena gets there. I get there, but I'm not there as much as I'd like to be. That's for sure. Do. Epcot, with all its faults, is still my favorite park, by the way. For those of you who might be wondering. Sorry, I'm looking through something here. Still haven't found it yet. Nope. It's got to be back here somewhere. I tell you what, the front part of Epcot without a the front part of Epcot without a festival going on is really, really pretty. Oh, don't see it yet. There it is. Okay. All right. Go and Shogi, you ready for this? I'm putting you on the screen. I found you. Guys, for those of you that want to know what Go and Shogi looks like, and he's wearing my hat. I love this picture. I'm putting that on the screen. Here we go. There it is. Make Disney Walt again. I swear you look like Santa Claus in his younger days, Go and Shogi, with the red hair. I always think of that Santa Claus from the claymation. Not well, yeah, it was claymation. Shield your eyes. There he is. Yeah, absolutely. Make Disney Walt again, though. I love it. The hat looks great. Fantastic. And we're going to get to yet another Harry Potter story. Who would like more Harry Potter? Should I do the entire story in my very poor British accent? I would like to ask Pamela Empson, if I'm doing my accent like this, well, like what part of the UK would I sound like I'm from? Because this would be like my go-to UK accent, and I don't really know what part of the UK that I would sound like I'm from if I was doing this particular accent. Because the interesting thing about UK accents, British accents, is they're very, very different depending on what region you come from. So if I'm doing this particular UK accent, what region would I be from? I'm just wondering that because I don't really know. Or am I like muddling a whole bunch of different regions together to kind of come up with what I think a British accent would be like? I really don't know. Yeah, the American part of the UK, that's probably about right. It's not really that great. It sounds like something, but I don't really know what it sounds like. Now, if I were to do a Scottish accent, that's completely different because I'm actually Scottish. So, because I've got a Scottish heritage and I've been to Scotland, I actually sound like a Scot. Like people from Scotland, when I talk to them like this, they actually think that I'm from Scotland. So that's quite different right there. A good looking leprechaun. That's right. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you, Alyssa 1225. All right. Let's get to our next story. Yeah, do you guys like the blue background better than the purple background? Let me know in the chat if that's something you appreciate. It's just I wanted to try a different. I'm trying different backgrounds, trying to see as the show develops, trying to just checking different things. You would sound. I'd sound like an Australian. All right. Yeah. Well, good day, mate. I feel like I could probably do Australian a little bit better. I've listened to more Australians in my life, and I don't know, for some reason, I would imagine that if I were to travel to Australia, I'd probably pick up the accent very quickly. Uh, have a little shrimp on the barbie, go to the outback, that kind of thing. Uh, my Australian accent sounds like I'm trying to do a fake American commercial for Outback Steakhouse. That's what that is right there. Yeah, yeah, I've been told very good things about my Scottish accent. I don't know why, but I think it's because I actually have Scottish heritage. My grandfather's name is Macmillan. That's true. A bit light, a bit light. Not sure what region. I don't know, man. Yeah, it feels like we hear a lot of Australians in American television. A lot of my favorite American actors are not American at all; they're actually Australian. So there is that. Let's get this other article up on the screen. Universal Orlando introduces new interactive Harry Potter wands for Wizarding World attractions. And this is cool because this comes just ahead of Epic Universe opening in May, in which there's going to be a whole new world in which to use those interactive wands. And from what I understand at Epic, it's going to be very, very cool. So this is again by Raven Redgrave out of thatparkplace.com. Universal introduces new interactive Harry Potter wands for Wizarding World attractions. Universal Orlando has announced the second generation interactive wands for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. These wands will feature new spells and exclusive adventures. Inspecto Patronum. I don't know what those are. I'm not like really into that Harry Potter stuff as much. It's a different generation to me. I was very much an adult when all the Harry Potter stuff started. As a kid, I probably would have been very interested in it. But I'm telling you, the Harry Potter lands are amazing. Universal Studios has been moving up in the ranks of the Orlando theme park business lately. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter is one of their most popular attractions with rides and immersion that appeal to every Harry Potter fan and even people like me who are not huge Harry Potter fans. As part of the immersion, visitors are encouraged to purchase a special wand from Ollivanders. These can be identified by the sensor at the casting end of the wand. Each wand comes with a map of spell locations where visitors can interact with the various shops by casting different spells. The second generation interactive wands. Universal Orlando debuted the new wands on March 1st, 2025. They come with 4 new cosmetic designs as well as illumination effects and haptic vibrations custom to each spell, adding a touch of a realism to the experience. And there is Jackie from Super Enthused with her new wand. There will be 5 new interactive wand locations scattered throughout Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley in Universal Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. There will also be opportunities to use these wands in the new Epic Universe Park opening at the end of May. This is concept art for the Ministry of Magic, and everything over at Epic so far looks amazing, just incredible. The reporter doesn't clarify whether those new locations will be exclusive to the new ones. However, it did say that the other spell spots will have enhanced special effects. The new locations are listed and described as thus: the Dueling Club tent in Hogsmeade. Guests can cast a spell to bring an abandoned dueling dummy to life and test their dueling spells ability. The Owl Post, in Hogsmeade, mischievous pixies dart across the window and hide behind the packages as guests cast a spell to try and freeze them. Nocturne Alley staircase in Diagon Alley, guests must defend themselves by conjuring the Patronus after a Dementor emerges within the dimly lit staircase. Ariadne's spinners in Diagon Alley. Guests will need to cast a spell to repel spiders of all sizes before they take over the newspaper-covered glass windows. Eeks, yike. Nocturne Alley Sky. In Diagon Alley, guests can cast a spell into the nighttime sky to control a storm of counter spell to calm the sky. Let's see. Indeed, the new wands have the Patronus charm. However, this feature will be exclusive not only to the new wands, but the Universal Play app. The Universal Play app, according to Blog Mickey, the new wands unlock thrilling adventures throughout all 3 parks with Universal Play in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. The Universal Play app gives visitors the opportunity to customize their experience, much like role-playing elements in Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, how interesting. Now, that is the way to utilize an app, Disney. Not only are they utilizing, they're utilizing the app in conjunction with a product that they sell. That is a wise way to do it. Visitors can create individual profiles with the app, similar to the profile creation for HarryPotter.com. Wand users will be able to earn points for their respective Hogwarts houses and track the points progression in real time. The app will also come with a digital map of the park, revealing the locations for spells and immersive events. Those who use the app and new wand in tandem will also earn achievements like a video game. Blog Mickey even hinted that there will be mystery spells to find. Additionally, visitors will be able to level up their profiles by casting spells like gaining experience in a game. There's Harry Potter! Overall, it seems like these new wands will bring Universal Orlando even more customers. After all, what Harry Potter fan would turn down the chance to roleplay as a Hogwarts student in the Muggle world? How about you? You guys, are you fans? Or would you be buying a wand? If you have a wand, let me know in the comments or the chat. And I just realized that I hit the wrong button there. I was supposed to do that. And yeah, I don't own a wand, but if you own a wand, I think it's going to be very, very, very cool for the people that do. I have not seen what they are trying to do with the with Monopoly, but Rickshaw says if I had a little kid, I'd get him one. You know, the cool thing about the wands is they're not nearly as expensive as the lightsabers over at Star Wars. Um, the lightsabers that they have over at Star Wars, they're not that different from the ones that I used to be able to buy in the store for $30. And when they brought them over to Galaxy's Edge, they discontinued all the sales of those in the stores, and now it's $100, $150, $200, $250 to have the lightsaber building experience. And they don't interact with anything. Like a bit huge missed opportunity. I don't know why, but it would be very, very cool if the lightsabers interacted with anything in Galaxy's Edge, or if there were a way, like, let's say that they could make it so in Galaxy's Edge that in order to use the Force, quote unquote, the Force, you have to purchase a lightsaber first. And then with that, even with the lightsaber turned off, it would interact with certain things where you could feel like you're using the Force. There's so much missed opportunity in Galaxy's Edge versus Harry Potter Land that it's hard to understand, because Disney used to be the best, and I don't know what happened to that, but they just don't seem to be anymore. Yeah, exactly. This is displaying the lightsaber hilts is easy. Finding a place to stash the blade is annoying, because the blade is an actual, like, what do you screw on type of thing. It's kind of weird. I don't understand. And for the type of lightsaber that extends, we all thought we were they introduced that back in what 2017 or 18 at some D23 event, and then it only ended up on the Star Cruiser, and you can't see it in the park anywhere. Then even on the Star Cruiser, it was really really fragile, so she had to set it down. She couldn't fight with it. I mean, there's been so many Star Wars mistakes with Disney that it's hard to count. I mean, there's no way to count them all at this point in time. Yes, um, the books are not from my childhood because I was very much an adult when the books started to come out. Unfortunately, I don't know if we have any. We might have some here. I used to have the entire Harry Potter collection, but I haven't read a single one. So, but I do understand that they helped kids get really, really into reading. There were other magic books that I liked when I was a kid. So, but yeah, but we are going to move on to uh not a story that I really want to do. I don't like disappointing stories, but apparently, how many Disneyland people do we have in the chat? Do we have some, like, I know Go and Show You, you're West Coast, and there's some other Disneyland. I don't know much about the nighttime events at Disneyland, and I've never paid extra to go to a nighttime event at Disney World. Other than that's not true. My wife, my family. I took my family in 2022 to Halloween, Mickey's Not So Scary party. It was fun. Um, I don't know that it was worth the price of admission. Honestly, it's very very difficult to as an annual pass holder. It's very difficult for me to wrap my head around the price of the nighttime events because they're so expensive per person. But then again, everything's gotten expensive. Concerts are $150 to go to nowadays, and I'll never understand that. 150, 200. Some people are paying $800, $1,000 to go to like Taylor Swift, $1,500. I don't like, where do you even have the money? Where does it come from? I'd love to know how you make it. That's for sure. But yeah. Anyway, to me, paying as much as they cost to go to these nighttime events, I don't think you could give me enough to not make it a disappointment. Um, but Go and Shogi says before we get to the actual story, the nighttime events in Disneyland stink. It's solely a character meet and greets. Halloween is a bit different because everyone dresses up, but the rest are a ripoff. And that is a great segue into exactly what we're going to be talking about here. So let me share this. Um, this is out of that park place. Putting it on the screen here. Disneyland 90's night becomes a guest nightmare as event falls apart. Character meets scrapped as merchandise sells out before the event even starts. Like, this is so disappointing. And what's sad is the disappointment becomes quite regular, right? That's what bothers me more than anything else is that we're actually getting used to being disappointed by Disney. Um, I can call it the Daily Disney Downer section of the show, and it would make sense because I'm sure that I could find a Daily Disney Downer every single day, probably more than one, and that is truly sad for a company that I used to be all about. But this is by Mr. Montanaro out of that park place. The latest Disneyland After Dark event, 90's Night, was supposed to be a nostalgic celebration of one of the most beloved decades in pop culture. Instead, it became yet another example of Disney's ongoing struggles with communication, organization, and guest satisfaction at these premium priced after hours events. With tickets costing well over $150 per person, expectations were high. But from the moment guests arrived, the night quickly turned into a frustrating mess. Disney's persistent lack of transparency. A major complaint with Disneyland After Dark events like 90's Night is the complete lack of upfront information provided to guests. As Theme Park IQ pointed out on X, these events follow the same frustrating pattern. Disney releases vague social media teasers in the weeks leading up to the event, then quietly drops an event guide on the app the morning of without ever telling guests where to find it. By the time most people realize the guide exists, they've already missed key opportunities such as exclusive merchandise, mobile food orders, and meet and greet wristbands. This is from Theme Park IQ. Here is his post on X. I wanted to add my take on Disneyland After Dark 90's night, but maybe just an overall take on After Dark events. I've been to a lot of these events, and I think there's a common theme among all of them. Disneyland does a terrible job keeping guests informed. The disorganization led to chaos at 90's night. Character meet and greet wristbands were gone hours before the event even started, with some available as early as 6 p.m., despite the event itself not officially kicking off until 9 p.m. That means anyone who arrived at start time was out of luck. Exclusive merchandise, a major selling point for these events, sold out before the event even began, leaving guests who had paid a premium for a unique experience empty-handed. Guests unaware of the parade format missed key entertainment moments, as Disney did not properly explain that the parade stops in two different locations to perform a special show. Food vendors also began selling event exclusive items at 8 p.m., but most attendees weren't informed. Missing the opportunity to use mobile ordering in advance, these items also sold out. Even attractions, which Disney advertises as having lower wait times during After Dark events, were severely mismanaged. Indiana Jones Adventure and Space Mountain both had wait times exceeding 50 minutes, despite the app showing significantly lower times. Notice that's the opposite of when lightning lanes are available. I love that. Character meet and greets downgraded without warning. Perhaps the biggest disappointment of the night came on March 6th when Disney completely altered its advertised character meet and greet experiences at the last minute. Originally, 90's Night promoted rare characters interactions such as a major draw for attendees. Fans were excited to take photos with Darkwing Duck, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Launchpad, McQuack, and Scrooge McDuck. However, instead of the advertised meet and greets, Disney quietly replaced these experiences with a downgraded wave and play format. This is from Five Fires. Update for characters experience of Fantasyland Theater for 90's Night at Disneyland. Photo from my Lissa Ale. Character update for March 6, 2025. Due to an overwhelming demand for some of our character offerings, the following character encounters will be offered as a wave and play experience at Fantasyland Theater during tonight's event. Darkwing Duck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Launchpad, McQuack, and Scrooge McDuck. Disney Photo Pass will not be available for these characters. Event guests will have the opportunity to take photos of the characters on their own devices as they walk through the location. Unbelievable downgrade is something you paid extra to have as an upgrade. Guests were handed large yellow cards with the statement that I read. In other words, guests who paid $150 for the unique character experiences were unable to actually take a photo with these characters. Instead, they could simply take a photo of the characters as they walk past them. Unbelievable. For many, this change was unacceptable. The ability to take posed photos with rare characters is a primary reason fans pay for these events. Replacing it with a distant wave while characters walk by, not even stopping for personalized interactions, felt like a bait and switch. A pattern of disappointing After Dark events. Unfortunately, 90's Night is just another instance of Disneyland dropping the ball on these overpriced, undelivering events. Without proper communication, guests are left scrambling to figure out logistics on their own, often after it's too late. With the high cost of admission, attendees expect better planning and transparency, not last-minute surprises that diminish the value of their experience. If Disney wants these events to continue being successful, they need to address the glaring issues, provide clear, detailed information well in advance, including a know before you go email. Ensure exclusive merchandise and experiences last throughout the night rather than disappearing before the event begins. Stick to advertised offerings, especially when it comes to meet and greets, rather than pulling a last minute downgrade. As it stands, 90's Night has left many questioning whether Disneyland After Dark events are worth the premium price or if guests should simply wait for a standard park day to get a better experience at a fraction of the cost. Oh my goodness. How would this make you feel if you went to Disneyland, paid $150 per person for the experience? Maybe you got 4 people and you paid $600 to go on vacation, and you had all of these downgrades instead of upgrades. I don't know how that would make you feel. You can sound off in the comments or the chat, and I know how I would feel. I would feel robbed, and being stolen from is never a good feeling. Hey, Nita, good to see you in the chat. I see that you just popped in over here. Nita in the chat. Nita in the chat. Hey, so Nita, I will be debuting my premiere of our family vlog to the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot a little bit later today. I think we're going to do 12:15. Just woke up. I know, because you just woke up, because it doesn't feel like 10:35. It feels like 9:35 because none of us have adjusted to the time yet. But yeah. And Rick Shaw says, look, if I wanted a popcorn bucket or whatever, I'd probably be better off spending more on eBay buying it than all this crap and have more fun elsewhere. Yeah, hey, I mean, you're not wrong. My goodness. Echo's Heart says, I saw videos of Hades dancing. That was nightmare fuel. That's funny. That is funny. And it says that the rain messed up a day too. I see a video of Darkwing Duck dancing under an outdoor roof with Goofy and others because of no parade. Yeah, when they do those early Halloween nights out here at the Mickey's Not So Scary Party, it often gets rained on and it's really, really bad. That's why I won't go to the first nights. A lot of creators want to go and get their stuff right out there on the first night of Halloween Horror Nights. And I'm like, first of all, it's August. Second of all, it's super hot. Third of all, it might be raining. I don't know why you want to have that on your channel. They managed the grand reopening of the Pirates ride at Disneyland way better than this. What has happened at Disney? I don't know. Their leadership over there, I think, is just like not great. I do not think that you are lazy at all, just Nita. But I hope that you'll join us for the premiere. Let me know in the chat if it'll be 12:15 p.m. my time. Is that a good time to drop the premiere for you guys? Hopefully some of you can drop in and watch. We got 20 people watching right now. I've had more than that on the show today. And I do want to highlight that we have a new member, Jillian H. Hopefully you're still out there watching and in the chat. Thank you for becoming a member and gifting 5 memberships. And this is something that we definitely need to celebrate. So if you are a member of the channel and you have your member emojis ready to go, get them ready, put them in the chat while we dance, while we celebrate, because I got to say thank you to the support from Jillian H today with a celebration. You guys ready? Get those custom emojis ready and let's celebrate. Yay!
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. It's making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy.
And I saw Vinny T pop up in the chat, and I know Vinny T loves this. So let's do one more last little celebration before we go. This one's for Vinny. Woohoo! Dude, man, cuz 12:15. The vlog's coming out, and the best thing that we ate is right at the end of the vlog. It was a surprise to everybody. I wasn't even going to buy it. It's just a last minute idea, and yeah, you'll see. So we definitely eat some things in the vlog for sure, and we have what's the best of the fest so far. And this is only half the fest, because in this vlog I only cover Future World, or the new neighborhoods. What is it? World Nature, World Celebration, and World Discovery, technically. And I've got to do a whole nother vlog on the other side of Epcot for this. But yeah, we had a blast. So, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you huge to Jillian H for the new membership and membership support of dropping some memberships. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. Sometimes I cry after the show because I don't really expect anything, and I just awesome. I just really appreciate you guys so much. And I want to do a meetup soon. I might do a meetup this weekend, Minnie T, Nita, those that are in town. So look for my post on YouTube about that, and see if we can kind of come to a consensus on when and where to do a meetup. Thank you guys so much. We're going to send you over to Culture Casino. And until we meet hopefully at noon, 12:15 today for the premiere, and then of course tomorrow as well for the Daily Dish. And I think I might have gotten myself to the point where I can start releasing a Fedora Finds video at least once a day, or getting close to that. Yeah, that's happening soon. Tomorrow, this outro will be updated with new members' names, and we will see you then. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. Tell Culture I said hi. Ciao. Bye.